Good evening, everyone. How are we doing tonight? Tuesday is the best day of the week. So, everybody, let me go ahead and start to pull in our honored guests and assembled players. First, we have Lost Without a Trace. We have Scorched Ace 97.
Hello.
We have Greymane Gaming. And we have More Than 56.
Hi.
Okie doke. Noctis, how you doing tonight? Sadie, how you doing? Ari, how you doing? Everybody else, thanks for coming. I may mention this one or two times during breaks during the stream, but there is currently a coupon on Streamloots for the next 6 hours, and it's rare that these happen on Tuesday. Normally they happen on Fridays and Saturdays, which is why I never tell you about them. But if anyone is interested, the discount code is Awakening from Stasis.
Stasis.
So there you go.
I was afraid I was going to be trying to do this from my porch and hoping that it doesn't get a little too windy,
Ruh-roh.
because I wouldn't have been able to play with the camera, but I would have at least probably been able to make the Discord work on my phone.
Yeah, well, yeah, because for those who don't know, we're preparing for the show, and 10 minutes before the stream starts, Morden's power went out.
Yeah, fun times.
So we were all like, So.
I was definitely doing that for sure.
All right. So anyone that's interested in picking up any Streamloot cards, they should be available at streamloots.com/secondclasselitist. And the coupon code is Awakening from Stasis. I'm not sure how much of a discount it is, but if you go and take a look, I'm sure you'll figure it out. You guys are smart. So,
Pretty smart.
when last we met, the players had just literally whooped the necroficers out of existence.
All except for one.
All except for one, who quite rightly escaped.
That jerk.
Quite rightly went, yipe, I'm out, and screw you in particular for trying to ask me questions.
Yep.
Nosy mage.
And basically the arrangement was that the players can take the old necroficer base and turn it into a new base of operations. Meanwhile, the Fountain View 5 will claim the necroficer territory as well as their own, increasing their station in Eastgate. And at some point after dawn, because it's the wee hours of the morning, Blaze and Luther would go talk to the captain of the Wallmen to make sure that he understands that the PCs are mercenaries that were hired by Fountain View and are not, in fact, enemy operatives from the other side of the gate, which is what the escaping necroficer is obviously going to claim.
Yeah, we're totally mercenaries. We're not from beyond the wall at all. No, not at all.
Certainly not.
Certainly not. Nope,
Certainly
nope,
not.
no.
Everything's fine.
Don't.
Definitely don't have a creature that they do not have on this side of the wall, or a paladin who is wearing full regalia saying that, I'm here, I'm from the other side of the wall. Isn't this great?
We don't have an emblazoned walking billboard made of metal and honor.
Guess what's the first thing we're buying for you?
Oh, yeah.
New armor and a new shield.
Not the worst idea.
Feel targeted here.
It's easy to target something that big and obvious. Not
I
to
mean,
mention,
we called you
still want.
Thor.
I still want my new colander. Remember? You have the holes?
There is, in fact, a reason why Luther went, I'm going by myself. I'm going to go talk to the guys because I'm the only one who could do the talky bit and not get in trouble for it.
I mean, pretty much.
Because Twiggy stands out like, a bush in a desert.
Well, to be fair, her race is also not from the kingdom either. It's from farther afield than that.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Fair.
I have some bits of old military things in my garb, but they're very nondescript. I don't have any huge amounts of things. It just they could have come from anywhere. Half of the people here also have old things that maybe once belonged to a soldier because they are scavengers. I look like a scavenger because I'm very unkempt, not because I'm. But it's a look. It works. It's fine.
Okay.
And Luther looks like he's walking around in plain clothes, but is definitely armor.
And Gray, you have a question from the chat.
Oh, I had a respirator fitting on Friday, so I had to be clean shaven.
You'll notice he had to be clean shaven on Friday, and it's Tuesday, and he already has more of a beard than Morden does.
Oh,
That's when I get really mean and say I have more of a beard than Morden does when I wake up.
Fortunately, it's fair because it's true. I'm pretty sure at this point a 5-year-old can grow a beard faster than me.
Oh.
Morden is our favorite little halfling that really, really wants to be a dwarf.
He is. He wants so badly to be a dwarf.
Okay, so I believe we have been caught up as to where everything was. Since we've had a few more people come in right before we start, I'm just going to again mention that if anybody is interested in picking up Streamloot cards, streamloots.com/secondclasselitist. There is currently a coupon code. I'm not sure the percentage of the coupon code. The code is Awakening from Stasis. It's up for the next 6 hours. So if anybody's interested in picking those up, well, you can get them for a discount. Feel free. The way that they do their discount is it discounts the amount that Streamloots collects, not what I get. So you're not hurting me at all. Feel free. Other than that,
I will tell you that I take $6 off of the 10-pack.
and how much is a 10-pack?
10-pack is $17.
So it goes from $17 to $11. That's a pretty good discount.
It's mostly because I just went onto the site and checked.
Yeah, I mean that's like 33%.
Checked or are in the process.
It's one the same as the other, really.
I checked at the moment. There might be a purchase later.
It depends on how badly his night goes.
It depends on how many times I need to use the little target board here that says I roll a crit instead of a failure.
I also, by popular demand, I had originally set up the Fate Point purchases and a couple of the other larger purchases with a max cap on number of purchasable per stream, with it being 5. So the idea was that everybody could, everyone had the possibility of getting one. However, what had happened was certain people got more than one, certain people got none, and certain people, yay!
_gaming has purchased 10 packs.
Greymane _gaming has purchased 10 packs. Use that discount. Use it.
I did.
So, also, because someone is asking about Discord, let me put the Discord link for the... that's the Discord link for the stream. I'm going to put in a Discord... somebody put in a Discord link for the campaign. That way I don't have to make the windows go away. Ace, you're on.
I got it.
Yeah. So, hi, Tree Galaxy Wolf. Yes. So there was a question about that not everybody was able to buy them for the players they wanted because they showed up late or because other players got them first or whatever. So I've changed it to all of those big things are 1 per viewer, but no stream cap. So the number of fate points now is effectively number of viewers that can be earned within a single show. However, each viewer can only do it once, but now every viewer can do it once. So there we go. I'm doing okay, Wolf. If you're interested in catching up on the back half of this campaign, it's at youtube.com/secondclasselitist. New episodes go up Tuesday and Thursday. New one just went up tonight. And we are basically chapter 3, I think, going up this week. And then chapter 4 is in the...
Lost Without a Trace has purchased 10 packs.
Lost Without a Trace has purchased 10 packs. Enjoy your packs. Nice. So hopefully you guys will enjoy. This is a... for anybody that has missed the beginning of it, this is kind of a Gothic-styled military exploration, players stuck on enemy lines, Sergeant Rock of Easy Company kind of inspired game, but there's a bit more to it. It's weird. Anyway, we're going to get into it. So, you guys, we're going to say it's roughly about 3 in the morning, I think.
Being fair, we were attacked at Fountain View, and one of them got away, so we hightailed it over here in order to clean out everybody before they could get reinforcements. And we were sitting down to dinner when they attacked. No,
they attacked around 11 p.m. because you guys were just
sitting down to
finishing
dinner when the first guy came in and was like,
Yeah.
"You got strangers here. I smell them."
Yeah, you were just finishing a long rest at 11 o'clock at night when your base got hit, when Fountain View got hit. And then you finished that fight and then immediately ran down here. And then since then had a short rest. And now it's like 3 in the morning.
Yes. So that was exciting, and now Twiggy's tired
Right?
again. With the tired.
I could most definitely use a decently long nap.
Yes, like I've got one biscuit left. I don't know who used what in the thing. I don't have the potion anymore. I look at Van With and I just like, because I don't have the potion anymore, because I'm looking at you, kid. And so we're here. I say
has purchased
do a
20
good sleep.
packs.
In the morning, we do a cleanup. If you guys want to do the hands off, hands free, whatever, the trading thing. Market.
Oh.
No touchy. We're going to go. I'm calling it the no touchy now because I cannot remember the words. Because I'm that tired. I'm a tired plant.
Say Diego Dendragon has purchased
I hand
10
over
packs.
Thank you, Sadie.
the Cure Greater Wounds potion to Twiggy, and say, yeah, since you'll probably have to do that again for me.
All
Let's
right.
not plan on it that soon, but okay. Gonna
Well, then
make
I'm gonna take it off your inventory and put it...
necklace made of boo-boo biscuits so I can just shove it in your mouth and make you eat it.
Offhands.
Offhand. That one. Not touchy. It's now called not touchy.
No touchy. No
Not
touchy. No touchy with the Fabulous Four.
Yes. All right, so Gray, I have removed the potion off your character card and put it on Twiggy's.
Okay.
Thank you. I think he's pretty smart because when he falls down, he's not going to eat it himself. I tried to get him to eat it himself before he needs it, but no. That's okay. Twiggy make you pick up again. We can pick you up and put you down. Anybody else objecting to the naps and to a day off? Really? You go do the trading, you go to the wall. Does it sound like plan?
Works for me.
We need to. Yeah, we need. I need to go to the wall.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you remember what time that was going to be?
If I remember correctly, she said no. I am remembering noon, but I'm thinking that might be wrong because it might have also been dawn. I don't. to be honest.
Noon was when Offhands opened.
That's probably why I'm remembering noon. So no, I do not remember off.
All right, so if this is critical, and if I'll wait. Is
Wanna do a roll?
DM gonna give us this information, or
Which information?
that's what I'm waiting to see if when we have to meet.
No.
Okay, so then I'm gonna kind of
do it.
unfortunately play this card of
Oh, you're
I'm
perfect
keen.
I
memory.
have
Mind.
keen mind. I know exactly when we were supposed to meet.
He better remember all of that with his perfect photo memory.
I thought, here, hold on. Let me see if I have a note. I should have. I think I made a note, but hold on.
I mean, I could roll a perception check to see if I can dig through my own memory for that thing, but
Let me see. Hold on. Fountain Five location sources.
I have 2 in the afternoon in my head for some reason, but I don't know.
You
Again,
can
that might be
accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month, which would mean you would be able to remind Luther that he was meeting with Blaze at 8 a.m. and then heading to Offhands at noon.
Okay.
Okay.
I will, because I'm still trying to almost keep a good impression in front of our kind of new-ish friends. I'm going to, in his mind, say,
Oh no,
it's 8
they've
a.m.,
already
right?
they've already left. It's
No,
okay.
he means me and Van with.
Yeah, I mean
Oh.
Twiggy and Venwith.
Oh, okay.
Because we're still 2 duos at this point. I don't feel our group has really
we haven't
gelled yet.
We're getting there. We can see
Yeah.
the progress, but it is still like a little awkward in there.
Like, don't get me wrong, Twiggy is fond of both of you extremely, but if push comes to shove, I will push you in front of the owlbear in order to save Vanwith.
And and it's the exact flip side of me and Morton.
Right.
Now Morton might shove me one way or another.
This is also true.
Luther is just like, he'll take care of it.
The problem is I'm more likely to step in front of the owlbear just because anyway.
It doesn't mean Twiggy's not going to try to push someone in front of the owlbear in front of you.
Also, just a quick reminder, because a couple people have done it, and Haste just did it again. If you have not yet hit the button, there you go for using channel points towards the one-shot challenge, which is currently up. Feel free to throw some channel points at that. And we'll add one more one-shot next month.
Oh gosh, there's so many already.
There's currently only 2. There's currently 2 one-shots. There may be a third. Or if anybody throws the $20 level on the Patreon, then there may be more.
But in my head, I will pass on that information to Morton of, hey, remember, it's not noon. It's most definitely 8 o'clock when you're supposed to meet him.
Thanks.
Okay.
And you two see just randomly go towards Luther, just out of the blue. Just
Just a thumbs up randomly.
yep, just a smile and a thumbs up.
Oh,
It's the slow turn of the face, like
Okay. So, I tell you what. You're going to go have the breakfast with them. I'll make you a little basket. You take it with them. You all have the num-nums together. If you're going to go over and do things, you should go with breakfast. But I'll make it something right now. So I'm just going to go cook and then go sleep. First cook, make basket, then sleep. Yes, I can do this.
Okay. So what are you making for the thing?
I would like to. Do you want to just give me a random list of things I can find in this larder? Things I would be looking for? I would be looking for flour or some other kind of.
It's sparse, but well enough stocked that you can pretty much make a one of anything that you want right now. So.
Okay.
So which buff are you going for?
Come to me, my buff list. What can I make? That's not the list. There it is. Ooh, okay. Do you want skill checks or ability score checks? I'm guessing skill checks for.
Luther would prefer skill checks for right now.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So I'm gonna need a big old pan, preferably even a wok like thing would do. But I'm gonna need lard or other kind of oil because I need to fry some things. I would like to look for some kind of uh, pastry making items so I can do cute little things. If I can't find any kind of fruit, I need a cheese, and I can do a cheese stuff thing. Okay. What are my chances of finding some kind of apple, even if they are winter stored apple? This will totally work.
You have enough to make one of whatever you want to make.
Whatever I want to make. Okay, we're gonna do some deep fried apple dumpkins.
There we
Deep
go.
fried apple dumpkins. So yes. So I will call for my little pouch, my little magic pouch that Van With gave me. I'm going to call for cinnamon to make sure I can season them correctly, and we will have ourselves some apple dumpkins, and I will make enough for everyone, and they will be deep fried. So everybody get a +1 to your skill check until your next short or long save.
Yeah. Ace had mentioned, and I will definitely be doing this in Foundry before the next session. I'm going to just make all of the different abilities as item buffs, and basically you'll have all 6 of them on your character at all times and just have them off, and then you can just toggle them on.
Sweet. That'll work. That's nice.
Yep. So whatever you say, like, hey, we're eating spicy. All we have to do is go to our effects and click the check on spicy, and it'll automatically do what it's supposed to do.
That's smart.
Yeah,
Foundry
they won't even they don't even technically need to know what it does. It'll just happen.
Yeah, I'm just need that. That's cool.
It just does.
Yeah.
If ever you guys are going to do to our dear audience, if you're ever going to remotely do D&D things, learn Foundry. It's got a learning curve, but it's great. I hated learning it, but now that I know it,
it does so many things so well. Okay, so
before Luther leaves, he does a thing too, but it's mostly just him playing music. But the reason why he's doing it is because of the thing I posted. He does not give long-winded speeches. He just soothes your soul and gives everybody temporary hit points.
Yay!
Everybody gets 9 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
How long do these last? All day?
They last until
inspiring leader. They're inspiring leader temporary hit points or temporary hit points until you take damage.
Yep,
they're permanent temporaries.
Damn.
Yep.
Nice.
Each creature gets 9 temporary hit points once per short rest. So until we take another rest of any type.
Oh, aren't we all right about to take a rest?
Right. What I mean is, like, once everybody's up and he's about to leave.
Okay.
When he's about to leave, so we're gonna pop to 8:00 in the morning. He does that. You guys eat, apple dumplings for breakfast, and then.
So did we all get a 8-hour rest? I apologize.
No, it was about another
a
5
short
hours.
rest.
So it's a short.
Okay.
So no time for a long rest yet.
They can technically take a long rest if they want, since they're not leaving here currently.
I mean, they could, but that would require a polite GM. So we know that's not going to happen.
Right.
All right, so we are going to now focus on Morden for a minute, and Morden hears a knock at the front door of your new base.
Front door would be the door that the Fountain View 5 busted through,
Yep.
correct? Luther would go to it, and there's no way to peer through it, correct? It's just a solid door.
No, there is. There's a arrow slit in the door.
Gotcha.
That you can look through. And when you look through the arrow slit, you in fact do see that Blaze is outside.
Alrighty then. Luther would open. Did Twiggy give Luther food for them?
Yes, I gave you a basket of dumpkins, so they can also have it, and it's it's just polite. It's hospitality. You're a guest now coming to someone's home, so yes.
That's kind of what I had heard, but I also wanted to verify before I opened my mouth.
Yes, absolutely. I did a good. Wait a minute. There's 4 of us, and I would have probably made a dozen of them. So there'll be some for later, even though they won't be very magical later.
I believe you have a cap on how many players you can, or how many characters you can give a buff to. I think it is 6, but I may be wrong. So double check, and basically they have whatever's left. Anyway, at the door is Blaze. She does not currently have her cigar lit. She instead has a is holding a pewter flagon, which appears to have a mixture that roughly resembles tar in it, and she's looking at you very bleary-eyed.
Someone's hitting the bean juice.
I hate mornings. Honestly, I would have done this at 3 o'clock in the morning if I didn't think it would have gotten us arrested for waking the captain of the watch at 3 o'clock in the morning to let him know that he had new neighbors.
Yeah, let's not do that. Twiggy made some apple concoction if you want it. And she made enough for all of you.
Sure. So she eats one, and the two of you are going to start to walk to... I don't think I have a press button for this for stream, but I should be able to pull up the map. So if you guys want to pull up the Eastgate map, okay. So if you pull up the Eastgate map, you will see that we have down here by the Offhands Market, there's an area that says Necroficers that now needs to no longer say Necroficers. Fountain View, so you guys will walk past the Fountain View and drop off the basket on your way up north to the East Gate.
So passing by the Red Hunters.
Yes.
And you said even if we got to like the corner of Offhands, that's still over 150 feet.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
Yeah.
over 100 feet.
It's still
away
more than
from
100
the East
feet.
Gate, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you would, like, if you're looking at the box that's in front of the gate, looks like it's the size of Offhand's Market. Basically.
Yeah.
So it looks like that's a huge area that's completely open, and you just start walking in basically in the middle of the street up to this gate. Is that
Yep.
what's happening here?
Yes.
Oh,
You're
lovely.
walking in the middle of the gate. See all of those rounded areas along the wall?
Yep.
I'm gonna assume they're towers with crenellation.
Yes, those are all crenellated
archers.
towers between crenellated walls. And they all have either scorpions or ballistae on them.
Oh, that's a pleasant sight.
On the plus side, you're unlikely to be able to be hit by one of them because they're not terribly accurate. It's just all of the other guards and archers that you may have to worry about. As you get closer to the gate, you get to see the Wallmen for the first time. They are wearing a blackened leather coat of plates with heavy shin greaves and spalders. Their helmets are steel with sweeping horns mimicking the horns of a black dragon. They have a black drake sigil on their shields for the ones that currently have up shields. Many of them seem to be carrying either slightly curved blades and shields, or pikes, or shields with swords and shields stowed and carrying crossbows. But yes, in general, that is what the soldiers on the wall look like.
Oh, lovely. And that armor that they're wearing, it looks like splint mail or something similar to that?
Yeah, pretty much. It's not super heavy, but it is super easy to build and maintain.
Gotcha. Hey, Blaze, anything I need to know before we have this conversation with the armed to the teeth, not militia?
Well, really quickly, we generally call them the Wallmen. The official name is the Black Fortress Guard. The informal name are the Drakes, because that's the emblem that's on their shield. The captain of the Wallmen is a man named Zaram Adion. And he's the person we're going to have to talk to. Negotiations with Zaram are slightly unusual. Just when you're about to ask how they're slightly unusual, you make it close enough to the gate for one of the guards to say, "Halt, who goes there?" Perhaps the most famous quote in all of medieval stuff. Blaze turns to the guards and says, "I'm bringing a friend. We need to speak to Zaram." The guards look back and forth at each other for a second. And he says, "Keep an eye on them," and ducks into a smaller door which latches within the large portcullis gate. You are close enough to see that this is a proper portcullis in that it has a drop gate in the front, and then the 10 feet or so width of the wall, and then another drop gate. So it in fact is a double gate.
Yeah, a lot harder to deal with. Got it.
Yeah. This is built for military activity. There's no question about that. So,
We're definitely at the castle wall, not the merchant entry.
uh-huh. So, after a few moments, the guard comes back and says, "Okay, the two of you can come through." The guards part and allow the two of you to walk into the first foot gate. He then closes it, walks to the other foot gate, opens it. The two of you walk through, and you walk up to a barracks building that is just on the inside of the gate, as in it shares a wall with the wall itself.
Okay. So that means there's probably an entry to the upper portion of the wall from there.
Probably. You walk into a room. This room is roughly 40 by 60. I don't have this map ready yet. There are...
Is that a good sign I'm not about to die?
No, it's a good sign that you're going to die so quickly I didn't bother with a map.
Oh.
Assuming that the door to this area is in the south wall, there are two doors on the north wall, one to the northeast corner, one to the northwest corner. There is a large stone desk in between the two doors. And at that desk is a large man. He has almost like Mongolian features. He is physically more imposing than the normal wallmen that you've seen. His helmet is sitting on the desk, and you notice that his helmet is actually scoped in the back so that he can put the helmet on around a almost 2 foot long hairlock that he has on the back of his head. Aside from that, he also has a mustache and goatee that are perfectly precision cut on his face. And he has rather than the saber style weapons that the rest of the Wallmen are carrying, he is carrying a tulwar, a longer curved sword. Because I turned them off when we're not on game nights and then forgot to turn them back on. I will put all that stuff on. Just give me a second and I'll do it while we have character talkings.
Okay, yeah, I just wasn't sure. I
Yep.
didn't want to say anything.
Nope, you're good. It was one of those things that I didn't get done because everything was going crazy. All right, so you've come in and Blaze says, "This is Zaram Adion." In addition, in this room, aside from the massive desk and a couple padded chairs around a small table that are on the west wall of the office, the most notable thing that you see is almost set up like a area rug in the middle of the room is a 20-foot diameter raised platform. It only goes up like a step, but it is a carved dais made from a single sheet of stone. Thus, very noticeable.
The very large dais will stand out quite plainly. Especially if it's solid like that. That's a lot of weight to move.
Blaze, there is a lot going on today. I hope you have a good reason for coming in and using up part of my time. And Blaze kind of toes her boot into the ground a little bit, and she's like, "Yeah, I had a feeling that you might be busy a little bit today because of a couple things that happened last night. So I wanted to make sure that you knew why those things happened. And we make sure that everybody is on the right foot. Also, for everybody, if you just quickly refresh, you should have the Channel Point Awards now live. If they're not, let me know. Also, they all now have new little markers on them. They all look pretty.
Nice.
Cool.
So, he looks at Blaze, looks over at you, Morden, looks back at Blaze, and he's like, "You're going to make me do it, aren't you?" And she's like, "I'm not going to say you have to, but I'm just going to say you're going to want to. So why don't we just start off there in the first place?"
At this point, Luther is looking back, but like looking at them like, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. But he's keeping his mouth shut until he's asked the question. Or, needs to introduce himself.
Zaram stands up, walks around the desk, and is like, "Allow me to properly introduce myself. I am Zaram Adion. I am the commander of the Watch. And you are?"
Luther would, stand up a little straighter and look at him, look him in the eyes and say, "I am Luther Fox."
Okay. He looks at Blaze, looks back at you, walks over to the stone dais in the room, and then with a black gloved hand, motions for you guys to join him.
Like Luther would follow him because it's right now. It seems like that's the only chance he has to get out of here.
He, with his left hand, removes the glove off of his right hand, tucks it into his belt, pushes up the leather binding of the armor, draws a small knife from his belt, looks at Blaze and says, "Truth hurts," and cuts into his wrist enough to draw blood. At the moment that the first drop of blood makes contact with the dais, you see what looks like a field of energy surround the dais. And he says, "We are now speaking within a zone of truth. As no one but me has spoken yet, you have not yet had a chance to try to resist the zone of truth. So before you say anything, I am going to make you aware, for this zone of truth, I am considered the caster as I am attuned to the device. That means I will know if you have attempted to resist the zone of truth. My suggestion, so that we can all proceed with this conversation, is that you do not attempt to resist the zone of truth. I will tell you that I have not resisted the zone of truth. You have no way to validate that except for the fact that I am a man of my word. I will also tell you that the secondary purpose of this dais is that it is a zone of truth on the inside of the bubble and an anti-magic shell on the outside of the bubble. So no method of scrying can involve itself in these conversations. What happens here will only be heard by the three of us, and then anyone that we share that information with afterwards. But anything said here cannot be overheard by any magical means. It would require someone else being in the room, and I can assure you, if there was someone else in my office, even invisibly, I would know. So, shall we begin? Blaze, would you like to tell me what happened last night?
Bum bum bum.
I'm so glad Tuki's not there.
Check your DMs when you have a sec. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm asking,
No.
but
No. It does not break it.
all right, that's what I wanted to check.
It does not break it, nor does it stop you from swapping them should you choose to. I don't expect you will, but I'm just letting you know that is an innate ability and thus is not considered magical.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Just wanted to make sure.
So, But good question. Good question. Blaze looks at Zaram and says, "We got attacked last night by the necroficers because they were trying to collect a bounty on some people that were within my hospitality. When they attacked and one of them escaped, we chased them back to their base, and with the exception of Goldface, slaughtered everyone and everything." Zaram thumbs the edge of his goatee. "So they're gone? And Blaze is like, "Unless he decides to come back for another round without any of his lackeys, any of his artifacts, except for the ones that were on him, and any of his, once dead goons, yeah, they're gone. So you're telling me this to make me happier about the next thing you're going to tell me, right?" And Blaze is like, "Okay, look, we're in a zone of truth, so I'm going to tell you that we're publicly telling everyone that the people that attacked with the Fountain View 5 were mercenaries that we hired, so that it keeps heat off them because they came from over the wall." And I'm going to be okay with this. Why? Well, first off, Zaram, I know you wanted those necromantic gone as bad as everyone else, and didn't have the authority to kick them out of town. They're gone, so you kind of owe me a favor, at which point he perks an eyebrow up. And she goes, "But let me finish. More importantly, I know that you want agents that you know aren't bought, corrupted, or corruptible by the Asmodean Legion, and that you can't trust any of your men, and because of Marcus, you don't trust me. So I'm offering you 4 people that you can work with where you will have absolute plausible deniability of their actions. And as far as everyone else in the city knows, they're mercs. So even if they somehow get tied to you, you can argue that you just paid them to do things and that other people paid them to do other things. So whatever they got caught for wasn't your thing." Blaze, you're cunning. Cunning enough that I know I never am going to turn my back on you.
Sounds fair.
But for right now, I think we're conveniently on the same side. He turns to you, Luther, and says, "All right. So what's your version of the story?" Now, Morden, you can, before you start to speak, roll a wisdom save to try to be immune to the effects of the zone of truth, or you can voluntarily fail the save. If you voluntarily fail the save, he will know you voluntarily failed the save. If you roll, he will know you rolled, but he won't know whether you passed or not.
Right.
It's a slight tweak to the spell that I think makes it more fun.
Okay. Re-say the question to me one more time. I'm sorry, because I got distracted by the change there.
Okay. You can either, before you start speaking, roll a wisdom save to try to not be under the effect of the zone of truth, or you can voluntarily fail the save and thus have to tell the truth. If you roll and pass, you can lie. If you roll and fail, you still have to tell the truth.
So
he will know if you voluntarily failed, and he will know whether or not you rolled, but he won't know whether or not you passed if you choose to roll.
Gotcha. All right. And his initial question was, what was basically my take on the story?
Yeah, what's your version of this, of what happened?
He's not gonna fight it. He's just gonna.
Okay.
Now, just to clarify that one, is it every time I go to talk I make this choice, or is it just from this point on?
It's from this point on, you are telling the truth.
I think Luther would still let it go because he's got no reason to lie just yet. He thinks he can get away with this. He might be a little bit too overconfident. So, Luther would look to the commander and go and say, "We were offered hospitality by the Fountain View crew, and when we were attacked, we decided to help them fight back as a way to repay their kindness of taking us in and helping us."
Okay. I mean, 8 people dead is a hell of a lot of kindness.
It might also help a little bit that I found the flesh golems and pups and whatever the heck else they decided to make a little creepy.
Well, at least we both agree on that.
I would much prefer never to have to see anything of the like again. And Goldie Face also apparently got a little annoyed with a friend, so he might show up again later.
All right. So, you and the people that are with you, what's your intentions here in the Black Fortress?
In the fortress, we are merely passing through. We are going to hopefully be able to scrounge some gear here before we move to the next area we have to go to. But we are not sure where that is just yet. We are still thinking and viewing maps that are probably older than I am.
Okay. To what end? Now, I will tell you again, Morden, that a zone of truth means you cannot lie. You cannot engage in a falsehood of misrepresentation. You can, however, word things in a completely accurate manner that appears to, that can be deceptive if received in a certain way. But the words you speak have to be factual.
Right. Yeah.
It also doesn't mean you have to talk.
Right.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, you're also not compelled to talk. You can you can say, in honesty, I'm not going to answer that question. That may have repercussions of its own. However, you can say that because in that moment, that is truth. You're not answering this question. And I'm telling you, I'm not answering this question because I'm not answering this question. And therefore, that is accurate. So you're not compelled to say things against your will.
Right.
You can speak in whatever manner you choose. However, you cannot lie. You can technically lie by omission if you do it just right. But you cannot lie, and you cannot speak in a deceptive manner.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But Luther is. I'm taking a second because Luther has to think of the way he's going to word this.
Okay.
Because beautiful part about all this is Luther is not a soldier, so he didn't come here to fight. So he doesn't have to say he came here as that.
Would you
tagged
like
along with Cass?
Would
and
you
Woody.
like me to flip to the other party to give you time to fabricate a response?
Yes, give me a couple minutes to think on the best way to answer that.
Okay. So we're going to come back to where everyone is currently sleeping. And Twiggy, because of course she would, hears a knock at the door.
Oh. Knock at the door.
Knock at the door.
At the door. Okay, do I know where the door is in this big place?
Yeah.
I'm in my pantry. This is not where the door is.
No. It is out into the kitchen, up onto the carpet, and then straight to the north.
No, too far. All right, does the door have any kind of peephole or anything?
Yes, and in fact has an arrow slit in the middle of it.
Oh, okay. So from like way back here, can I see who's knocking?
No.
Am I aware of where my fun little compatriots are at right now? Do I know it's dark 30 in the morning? Do you know where your Vanwith is?
It's currently about 8:45. Vanweth is asleep because Gray isn't back yet, and Ace can choose whether he's awake or asleep.
We got up at 8, right, to eat?
Yeah.
Well, we got them out.
Well, food was made at 8.
Okay,
Whether you woke up for it or not, 8:45.
8:30ish.
I guess the question is, do we have enough time to do a long rest, or will we not have time for that? Because if not, I'll say I'm up. But if we have time, okay.
That would be foretelling the future. You don't have that spell.
Again, though resting is also low-level activity. You don't necessarily have to be asleep if we were in the midst of a long rest and that has been interrupted. Like, that's pretty much where Twiggy was. She made the breakfast last night, so she didn't have to do any more cooking, and it was something she was able to just serve to them and pack up so that they could get out of there. A very low-energy activity. Just happens to be awake now. I probably was puttering around just taking the rest of stock in the thing. I'm not about to go exploring the basement or something by myself. I'm a plant. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, correct. Answering the door would not count as breaking a long rest unless whatever is on the other side of the door immediately tries to stab you, at which point...
Then I'd probably be awake in this room.
Okay.
Just going through everything, reading what they have, kind of going through, almost similar to what she said, going through inventory, just not food inventory, more of books, scrolls, like what there is here, so I can organize it how I want it.
Okay.
I have a question for Cass. Would Echo be asleep at this point?
Oh, Echo, yeah. Echo is probably hanging like from a chair, just kind of dangling there, just out.
Okay.
Yeah,
if I was
Echo would
awake and
definitely
out
be
and
asleep.
stuff, I probably would have at some point bribed Echo with some fruit and something off. Can I like roll a percentile check to see if Echo is like hanging from the back of my hood or something while I'm around? I am trying to steal your familiar.
Quit stealing my familiar!
Echo is actually currently sleeping from a beam in the room that Cass is in.
That's entirely too sensible. Oh well. All right, so you're awake. Do I know you're probably know you're awake? I fed you.
Gray, it's 8:45 in the morning. There's a knock at the door. Are you awake or asleep?
I'd probably be awake.
Okay.
So I know Van is awake then because he clanks. There's not a lot of keeping him quiet. The only time I know he's asleep is because he snores.
Right.
So, all right. I will, in fact, get up close enough to the door to peer out through the arrow slit to see who is there.
Okay.
Hello?
Lose an eye.
You peer through the arrow slit and still see absolutely nothing, even while you're hearing something knocking on the door.
Oh, okay. It's an open arrow slit. Do I have any chance that my other senses are telling me anything about what's out there? Anything else I hear, smell, vibe in the air? I'm a very perceptive plant.
Give me an actual perception roll for this one.
And I'm going to ask, are any of the rest of us hearing this knocking, or is
Oh,
it
yeah,
just
yeah,
her
yeah.
at
You're
this
definitely
moment?
hearing something knocking at the door.
All right. I will probably, if I hear knocking, I'm going to peek out the door.
I know nothing.
Okay.
I
Twiggy,
rolled a 3.
Are
I
we
got
good?
a 9.
who's out there?
Don't know. I see nothing. Okay.
Are they still knocking and you can't see anything?
Can't
Yes.
see nothing, but the knocking goes on.
Okay.
I will. Can I take a look?
Sure.
I back this
So-
up.
As I step forward, I'm going to. So with one of my abilities, awaken with my awakened spell book. I kind of like hold out my book and it almost flips open on its own to the page of detect magic.
Okay.
And with this, I will ritually cast detect magic, but with the awakened spellbook, I can use the normal spell's casting time instead of adding 10 minutes. I can only do it once per long rest, though.
Okay.
So this spell just washes over me, and I look through the the arrow slit.
Okay.
Do I see any? I'm envisioning if we can't see it and we're hearing it, might be invisible.
Might be. You see the spell does not give you any further information.
But I see some things invisible.
You see nothing. You see nothing
Oh, okay.
invisible. You see nothing. You do, however, still hear it knocking on the door.
I back up. Okay.
I take the small mirror I grabbed
Okay.
and angle it out of the slot so I can look down towards the ground and kind of
Okay.
play it around.
You see
I was about to say I was about to send Echo out.
on the other side of the door what appears to be as you're currently looking down, you see what appears to be a large blue felt-brimmed hat with a turquoise plume on it. Because
Gray
that's
hat.
about all you can see angling the mirror down. Chat obviously can see why.
So we appear to be
Hello. Hello.
greeted by a large blue felt hat.
With that, I'm like, all right, I'm out.
All right,
Okay.
Twiggy will go up and open the door. And we open it to the crack and go, hello? And we do the peek around the side.
You open the door and you see a just a pinch below 3 foot tall gnomish female. She is dressed in a workman's apron. She has a hammer slung on her belt. Is currently holding a wizard pipe, a halfling style pipe, in her left hand, which she was using to knock on the door with. And like her face has a couple like scars that are deep set, so obviously it's been some time since whatever wounds they were occurred. They've healed over. And she has an absolutely fabulous blue hat with a turquoise plume.
Maybe she should join the Fabulous Four.
Hello. You do the knock. Twiggy says the hello. So hello.
Hi. Yeah. Are you in charge here now?
Well, the others that were here are not here or in charge anymore, so
That's what I've heard, yeah.
yes. I've got one of their skull things on my head, the skull masks. So like it's just here as a headpiece that's not on yet, but it's like
Right.
ta-da! Nothing like a shrubbery wears a skull mask, right?
Yeah, so word... Wait, that's not what I want. Word travels fast, so...
Can't keep it straight with that voice.
I'm having such trouble at this point.
It's gonna be great. Just wait. Word travels fast, so I heard that there was new players in town, and that you guys had removed the necroficers from Eastgate. So, good job. Thanks.
I mean, if that was a good thing for you to think, then yes. Hello, neighbor, I suppose. And I am the Twiggy, and you are?
Hold on a second. I'm looking for the card. Because you always know everything right up until you need it.
Right? And then
You
that
are
name just
not
goes
wrong.
gone.
I am Sally Sparklehand, and
No.
I am a structural securities engineer.
Insight. Do I believe her? Because I just moved down the hall, but now, like, I'm just kind of sitting there, like, I don't want to be intrigued, but this is weird.
But this is
But this is weird enough that you're intrigued. So
Yes. Can I see if I believe her?
you can roll to see if you think that she's telling the truth.
Okay. Da, da, da.
Insight.
Nope. Probably not.
I rolled an 18 plus my wisdom. I got a 22.
You're not detecting any deception in what she's saying, even when she says that she's a structural securities engineer. You have no idea what those words mean in that order, but apparently she's not lying, as far as you can
Okay.
tell.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we be new here, but I just made some breakfast. Do you want a biscuit? Offer one of the few
sure.
remaining. This one probably isn't magic at all, but it's a little apple dumpling.
Yeah,
It's deep
I
fried
mean,
to perfection.
it's fine.
cold by now, but tasty as heck.
It's
Hey,
fine.
apple stuff cold really
It's
actually
still
is still
cold, doesn't
good.
matter. Still good.
Oh, yeah,
Always
yeah,
good.
When
Yeah.
it comes to apple stuff, it does not matter, warm or
Nope.
cold.
Nope, not at all. She noms it down.
she's like, you're really good.
I
That
know.
tasted great.
I know. Twiggy is the good for a few things, and cooking is the one of them. So hello, neighbor. You are neighbor, yes? One of the
Yeah.
neighbors of this ways?
Yeah, I live in Eastgate.
Okay. So they come here just to verify and say hellos, or can they help you with something?
Well, it was more of a business possibility.
Ooh.
As I said, I'm a structural securities engineer. So what I do is I examine buildings for places where they are not tactically sound, and then through
Tactically
physical means or magical means, make your base more secure from anything outside that might be trying to get inside.
Well, two things. I messaged you, but I'll just say it out. I still have detect magic going up. Does that
You
do
still
I
have
see
detect magic.
do I see anything glowing on this individual?
Please, not the
No.
hat. The hat is
Please, the hat.
amazing.
I want the hat. Please, the hat.
No, you're not allowed to steal the hat. This is my new friend.
So no. Okay. Second, I will kind of down the hallway, just kind of like look up. Are you part of a what do they call them? Clans? No. People? Groups? Are you part of a different group?
I'm not, because if I worked for any one crew, nobody else would ever let me work on their base.
I mean, that's why I was asking, so that's fair.
So you are what they call a neutral party territory thing here to make sure everybody has trust in you.
Exactly. I'm an independent operator.
So,
Independent.
so if we wanted information, never mind.
Yeah, she's not here to do the information. She's here to do the structural integrity.
I can give you information about your base. I can also tell you that the former inhabitants did not utilize my services.
I mean, we just got here. There's lots of cleaning up to do. I'm sorry about the body parts. We haven't even been here at night to clean them up. And honestly, we could do it. They've got to have cubby holes and different hidey bits, a safe even if we just, like, that kind of stuff to be finding them in the nooks and the crannies would be good too.
Second.
Yeah.
In my extensive studies,
Okay.
I want to make sure I'm staying within what Cass would know.
Okay.
How much would there have been access to necromantic magics and the spells that are capable through that school of magic? Would I know about what is possible to do to dead bodies?
I mean, more or less.
I guess what I'm asking for is I know that there is a spell that you can ask the dead a question or a few questions and they answer you. Would Cassius know about this magic, or do you think he wouldn't have, because he's not a necromantic school person as of yet?
What level is it? Speak with Dead, I think, is 4th or 5th.
All I'm doing is looking up just for the spell level.
Yep.
3rd level.
So 3rd level, then yes, you know about it.
Okay.
Can't cast it, but you know it exists.
Yeah, okay. Before we say yes, I do think we should have a little bit of a team meeting about it. How much does it cost?
I mean,
Yeah, what kind-
it depends on how extensive my services go. But if you want to have a conversation, I can always come back later. That's not a problem.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're not all here right now, so...
How about 7:36 tonight?
I mean, that's incredibly specific, but sure.
You can add the ish to that with the time. He is very an oddly specific type of person.
I appreciate that.
I hope you know.
However, if you like the dumpling, you come back this evening for some dinner after 7 o'clock sometime, and maybe Twiggy feed you some more, and then we can chat.
I will definitely
We can do some verifying on you. You come back and have your prices or whatever for us.
I hope you are aware, if she is later than 7:36, Cassius will be like fidgeting so hard, being like, they're not here yet.
That's
Well,
okay.
we'll see
We're
what
gonna
happens.
switch you to decaf, and then
Okay. And before we cut back to Morden, I think we are going to be capping part 1 right here. So, that's going to be it for the first part. If you guys have enjoyed this and you're watching this on YouTube, we do this every Tuesday on Twitch from 8 p.m. Eastern till midnight-ish. I want to thank our players Lost Without a Trace, Scorched Ace 97, Greymane Gaming, and Morden56. Make sure that if you're watching this on YouTube, please be a good lycanthrope. Please be a good werewolf. Like and subscribe. And if you are watching this on Twitch, just stay where you are because we're going to be right back and we're going to keep going. Until then, everybody, thank you very much. I hope you have been entertained, and we're all going to do a crazy wave on our way out. So, bye!